Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday the 4th of March. We've got some new mods. We've got a couple of updates. It's a new month. Whoa. Who knows what might happen this month? The updates then. The map, The Memory by Princess Black has had an update. That says a new save game is required. It does, actually, there was another note with that. It says, a new save game is required. If you are not interested in the olives and grapes, a new save game is not necessary. So, I mean, to be fair, with any of the maps that say that, if you want all the features the map has, then you're going to need a new save game. But that's up to you. The Fruit Greenhouse by MTL modding team has also had an update. So in front of me then, we have got the Slurry tanks. This by Austria modding. 1.87 megabytes download. These are 5s, 6s and 8s in the slots. All of them are 65,000. Various different slurry tanks. The more open one, sort of underground version with concrete. Now there are two versions of each. Not that one, but the other two. So that if you put them on a slope, you can see more of the side of the actual silo if you want to. As you can see with this, with all of them, we have got a putting in and a taking out. So these aren't ones that, like manure heaps, that have to be by a cow barn or a pig pen to get slurry into them. You can put slurry and digestate, not or, because I put them both into this one here. As you can see there, I've got digestate and slurry in the same tank. So yeah, you can just put it wherever you want and then store whatever you want. That's up to you. If we go into our build mode, if we go to our silos, so there we go. There's the first two, and this is the one. These tanks are used to store liquid manure temporarily. 500,000 litres each one. This one says the terrain is not only adjusted near the trigger, thus it is possible to see more of the wall. So what we'll do, let's see if we can adjust just over here a little bit and do that. No, it didn't really do much. Didn't do as much as I thought it was going to do. I thought it was going to dig more into the hillside. Maybe the slope's still too steep, potentially. And then we've got two here. Again, 500,000 litres each. So those were the 8 slots. These are the 6 slots. And this one here is the one that was 5 slots, I said, didn't I? Yeah, 5 slots. Like I say, all 65,000. We'll all store 500,000 litres in and out. That's the Slurry tanks by Austria modding. Then we move on to the hayloft, which is this. I think I might put on the thumbnail. Tree loft. No, I don't know if I did or not. These are haylofts that you can just attach to any building. This is a base game shed, and obviously on the inside of the shed, we can obviously park vehicles and stuff. So where would that stuff go? So you might want to pick any building, any shed, anything you like, really. It's up to you how you justify it, how you want to go about it. But the same thing with this, in trigger and out trigger. Each one of these is 250,000 litres. There are 3. You got a lower, a medium and a high version of these. So depending on the heights of your vehicles, where you want to place them, the height of the buildings you're trying to put them on, that is the minimum requirement, really. If you're trying to put onto sheds and stuff like that, you might find a shed big enough, but you'll have to just, have a fiddle around until you find it. If we go into build mode, stay on silos, and we go back up, we are here. So 5,500, 6,000 or 6,500 for 250,000 litres of hay or straw. And yeah, in and out, nice and straightforward. They do what they should do, really. I mean, yeah, there's no customization options, no colour options. They come like that. That's the hayloft. Sorry, pause. 1.42 megabytes download, 2 slots each. They're by Piesel. Next, we've got the bunker silo pack, and this is one of those. Ooh. I always test them now, because if you don't, people message and say, "Did you know that bunker silo set isn't working?" You go, well, I didn't check it. So I have checked it. I do check them. Bunker silo pack. This is by is it Meeliniarz and krajenski, I think it is. 6.74 megabytes download, 2 slots and 3 slots times 2, because there are 3 of these. We're in the same category. I'm going to do the same thing every time. So there you go. 14 grand, 20 grand, or 21,000 in various different sizes. And I put 200,000 litres in here, and it just poured straight through the wall. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you want the walls to be solid, don't you? So, yeah. There are no customization options other than that. They come as they are, and I assume there will be a collision added to that. Again, I did this once before, and someone said, "Oh, the problem is you overfilled it. You're only supposed to fill it a certain amount in the middle." Well, I've been playing the game a long time, and usually silage clamps have a solid wall, and you can fill them, and they'll fill up until they reach their height, the highest point they're going to get to, and you can go back, and then you can do your... If they're pouring out the sides of here, that becomes a silage clamp that requires... I mean, too much finesse. You need to be able to just back up, pour into it, and drive away. So anyway, that's what it's doing. That's the pack. The bunker silo pack by Meeliniarz and krajenski. Next we have got, oh yes, up on the hillside, our animal pen sections. So this is the modular pig pen by Schultz Modding, 3.88 megabytes download, 6 slots, 1 slot and 2 slots. 6 slots for the pig pen, and then we have got, in addition to, those are decorative, the water troughs and the pig sheds, little hog barns, they're decorative as well. So you can place them wherever you want. That's entirely up to you. Now, I'll be honest with you, this is my test map, and I play stuff, do mod reviews, play stuff, do mod reviews. What I'm getting really fed up with now is animal pens. And this is not Schultz modding. This is, I'm talking generally speaking, animal pens not allowing you to place and put fences. If you've put anything there previously and removed it, it becomes an absolute nightmare. So if we go into our build mode, under animal pens, and we go to our pigs, there's where you'll find it. 25,000, and it will hold 1,000 in its base configuration. So I need to find a spot. Look, cannot place fence here. Areas restricted, cannot place fence. Until I get to a bit where I haven't placed anything before, ever, in the entire world. And then it will give me the option, as you often find with a lot of animal pens now. Click on that. Do I want to customize it? I do. Let's bring our fence out to here. Bring it to here. There you go. Areas restricted. That's really annoying. Let's go to there. Down to there. And let's come back up to the fence. I don't know how it's going to... Why is the area restricted? What is... I don't understand what's wrong with it now. It did this last time. Let me try something. Let's go back one. Because we can change segment type across on the D-pad, which puts a gate in. Which, I mean, that's going to ruin the whole thing now. Where did I get to with that? Is it back at the last point? Over here, there we go. So we've got a little gate there. We can put a little gate in if you change the segment type. Yeah, so even on the area where it's I haven't had anything before, it's not letting me. I can switch. I can reverse the gate as well if I want to. Let's go back to the other segment type and do our fencing back up again. I don't know why it's not letting me. It's not saying anything to restrict area until I go to place it up against that. Now that should be complete. Nope. Cancel creation. Yeah, I'll cancel creation. Not sure why it's done it, yeah. Now I'm hoping that's not a problem with the pen. And it is just the fact this is my test map. Anyway, regardless of that, it will hold 1,000 anyway, even in this configuration. So, I mean, it takes a lot of stuff. If we go into our decoration and others, we come down to here. For 250, you've got your hog hut. And then for 250, you've got your water trough. And these, even if it comes up saying areas restricted, these give you the option to turn that off. So you can place more in if you want some more hog huts in there. Or if you want extra water troughs or anything like that, you can. So... our dialog box for putting our animals in and taking them out is done just here. Apologies to Schultz modding. If that's something I'm doing wrong, I'm not quite sure why it's doing it. There's our dialog box just here. Your triggers are underneath each of these for putting your feed in. I just backed up to the middle one, and when you back up and fill up, it puts feed into all of them. So all of these are your feed sort of silos, I guess. And the bedding I backed up, I mean, just into the pen area just here to put bedding in. So... and then put all the straw out in the middle. And then you fatten up your pigs and away you go. That's the modular pig pen by Schultz Modding. Next we have got just over here, and I've got to try and pronounce this properly, and apologies. Wyszkowian, is it? Wyszkowian Cowbarn by SideCee and EE. 52.19 megabytes download. Will hold 20 animals, 33 slots. Just here. A lot of detail. There's a lot of different lights, which I found curious. Dialogue boxes here at the front. Milk point is around the side. I do like this sort of raised section here, which is quite cool. We can open the door into there. Nice sound effects, however. Little storage space. This door opens up, and we can go upstairs to the hayloft. Just up here. That takes us into the main building, which we were just at. Actually, we can jump down here. So this part of the building is more just garage. Drive-through, as you can see, on 2 of the 3 doors. Middle door's not a drive-through, but the 2 outside ones are. But lighting, I'm pretty sure it was light switches for every separate section. Lights on. To those ones. Come across there. Lights on. Does those ones. Where are we? Lights on. Yep, does these ones. So separate light switches for the various different sections. And if we come in through here, the bedding trigger was just here. Light switch is there. We've got a little, I suppose, office, I guess. Just the side there. I mean, rudimentary. Now, this is the only, again, downside, maybe. The animals are static. These are fixed. They're not roving animals. I'm not a big fan of pens like this. It loses that kind of that immersion feel for me. It's a mind thing. Again, I'm not knocking the mods. I'm just saying, generally speaking, I prefer to have that movement, the animals. But feed trigger's just here as well. And out the back, we've got our slurry point just here. Is that not opening? No, maybe it doesn't. Oh, is that from the inside? Yeah, it's the double door coming through from the other side. So this is under build mode, under our animal pens, under our cows. No, that's lights. I want animal pens. There we go. Under our cows. So it's this one just here. 50 grand. We'll hold 20 animals. No customization options when you place it. It comes just like that. So that's the Wyszkowian Cowbarn by SideCee and EE. Next to that, just here, we've got the Cowshed. This is by LQM. This is 36.67 megabytes download. 27 slots, and it will hold 60 animals. Again, no customization option. No, on the wrong one. That one there. No customization option. It comes just as it is. Now, what you'll also notice on the front of this one, we whiz around, I've got a ladder sticking out on here. There was one of these, it might even have been this Modern 22 actually, where I missed this. But this ladder, once operated, takes you up to the hayloft. Hayloft at the top, we can open these up for dropping stuff down. So whatever sorts of bales, if you've got small bales, if you've got liftable bales, you might want to throw them up here, put them up here. If you're working with someone else, that's up to you, how you want to go about it. If we come just into here and round to the side where the ladder is, it says fold ladder. You can put that away so you can access in and out. Dialogue box is just here. Various different doors and gates that open around the building. As you can see, lighting for the building is just over here. And my triggers for feed and bedding were just on it. I did put some feed and some bedding in. Obviously just not enough. It didn't show the bedding on the floor. You see there where those hatches were in the roof. And then around the back is our slurry point. If you want manure from either of these, you're going to need to put a manure heap down. That's just part and parcel, pretty much. There we go. If you want to open up the side bits and go in there, you can. So that's the Cowbarn, sorry, Cowshed by LQM. Next. We have got, not this, we're going to get onto this in just a moment. We've got two things. One is ethereal, if that makes any sense, and the other one is a flashlight. So we'll start with the ethereal one. And it is, I'm not sure how people are going to react to this, increased fuel prices. So this is by ZYX and Weasel. It's 0.06 megabytes download. So there's nothing tangible, nothing. Once you've downloaded the mod, there's not something you go and grab. It's, you know, and I've put down C notes. Now, this is one of those things that, in certain way, if you install this, it does say because of the world we're living in now, fuel prices are going up and all that kind of thing. It simulates that if you want to have more cost for your fuel. Fuel prices increased by 30% to reflect the fuel economy situation of today. But it does also mean you get 30% more if you sell produced diesel. So I'm trying to think if we got any mods at the moment that do diesel on console. Any production? As a Zodelzock one did on FS22. I don't think we have we? But once they start coming out, if you're producing your own diesel with whatever production you're doing, and you've got this installed, when you sell that diesel, you get 30% more. So as it stands on its own, if I go and buy diesel now, it's going to cost me 30% more. If I then sell it, it's still 30% more I'll get back. So you don't really gain much. It only works particularly well if you're producing your own diesel. But again, you might just think, well, I don't want to pay extra. It says the value of AdBlue is increased by 30%. And it does vary across the seasons as well. So it's never been a better time to create your own biofuel, is what it says in the description. So that's by ZYX and Weasel, if you're interested in increasing your fuel costs. Then we have got the big flashlight by Lostgamer. Actually, I do like this. It has quite an old feel to it. This is 1 megabyte download. And if we go into here, now it wasn't under hand tools. I thought it'd be under the hand tools section, being it was a torch, but it was under Miscellaneous, just here, which is where that one is next as well. So for 55, there was no slot account allocated to this. It says 1 there, but it didn't say anything. I've already purchased one, so I shouldn't need to. Come out of there. There's no option to change anything. That's your standard one. There you go. There's your flashlight. If we turn that on, it's got that kind of yellow light. I do like it, actually. It's got quite a big beam to it as well. I mean, it's a big chunk. It's a big flashlight. That's the point, isn't it? But I like that slightly yellow light to it. Turn that off. Why is it not going away? There we go. Put that away. That's the big flashlight. And that's by Lostgamer. Next, we go back into here and back to our miscellaneous. We've got this. This is the JCB E-Tech Powerpack by RossN mods. 2.8 megabytes download and 2 slots. Now, this gives you the ability to take your electric charge wherever you want. So if you're running electric vehicles anywhere, rather than having a fixed charge point, you can... Oh, I say you're going to need a fixed charge point at some point, but it will take a while. But if you want to have these, you can take with you if you're going to do forestry and you're using any electric gear, whatever, for whatever reason. It's a power pack. It says 46 litres of electricity. There's no options on it. It comes as it is. It can be picked up with pallet forks. You can pick it up with bag handlers. This set of forks that has the sort of the invisible tension straps, you can pick it up. Now, what it will do, once that runs out of charge, it will need to be recharged at a power point, like a vehicle would, and you can recharge it. Now, it does say in the description, you have to enter it to do that. What you will see, I'll pick it up now and move it over, the charge point's just lit up, because that's registering that this is an electric thing, electric vehicle, whatever it might be. Now, I shouldn't need to charge it. If we come over to this, it should say enter. There you go. It says electric charge full, so what we normally do, you'd go in there, click on it, and it will recharge like, you know, anything else needs to. And then you just move it around wherever you want it. It straps down onto trailers and things like that. If you are interested in trying to go a little bit more electric, you can take the power packs and, yeah, the happiest of days, apparently. That's the JCB E-Tech Power Pack by RossN mods. Next we go to this. This is the Sicma TR255 by Pepe978. 7.64 megabytes download, 3 slots, 2.6 meters wide. It is a mulcher. Now, it depends how wide apart you've spaced your vines and stuff if you're doing olives or grapes. But you can just use it as a regular old mulcher if you want to use it as a regular mulcher. So you'll find it under that category, under mulchers. Just there, 8,500, no options. It comes just as it is, 60 horsepower required. Now, what it will do is we can move it side to side. So depending on if you want to try and get closer to something without getting the tractor too close to it, might be edging around a building or something, whatever it might be. And it does say open cover. Now that's on the side here. This is for maintenance. So if you want to do a bit of maintenance on the belts, I think, on the side here, where it says Sicma on the side there. If I open cover, takes that cover off and you can see the belts and get to them if you want to. We turn it on, we drop it down, and it will mulch. It will mulch grass down as well, but obviously it doesn't leave grass, it's not a mower, it will mulch it. So if you want to do that, but there you go. It is doing its job, it is mulching. It's 2.6 metres. That is the Sicma TR 255 by Pepe 978. Next, we've got this. I looked all over the place for this. This is the Certa 40 Integral. By Deere Jornpoeft. It is 23.6 megabytes download, 11 slots, 3 metres wide. It is a potato planter by De Wolf, as you can see just there. I think it's integral because it does the ridging and the planting at the same time. Hence these bits on the back. So this you will find in your vegetables and potato technologies and that kind of stuff. So along here on potato planters, just there, 108,680 for 3 metres, 2,900 litre tank. You can fill it with potatoes or seed. It's cheaper to fill it with potatoes than it is to fill it with seed, but that's up to you. 240 horsepower required, no other options. I like it because, again, it's something different. It's a different sort of machine. Yes, we've got potato planters, but we don't often get a new type from, from a different manufacturer, but it's nicely made and detailed. I've got potatoes in it, so what we have to do is unfold it, which lowers these down a little bit. So we need to unfold planter, just lowers that down, and the wheel section just there a little bit. Turn it on, we drop it down. This is not a direct drill. That's curious. There we go. I've lowered the front weight, that's what I didn't mean to do. There we go. So it will plant and ridge all at the same time. Like so. Integral. Not just potatoes, it is a potato planter, that is the point of it. Very nice indeed. Turn it off, raise it up. No, turn the front again. There we go. You're probably going to need a front weight because it is quite a bit of kit on the back of there, especially once you've got the potatoes in it. So you might want a front weight when you are operating it. That is the De Wolf Certa 40 Integral by DMI Jornpoeft. Next, we have got over here the Pomot maybe. Just here, I've got two. You'll know the reason why. This is the Pomot UPR 4 by... Oh, I've done this wrong way around. Oh, no, by JMZ. So I thought it was number one. 11.95 megabytes download. 8 slots, 8 to 24 metre spread width. So 24 metres, and then you can bring that down in increments to 8. This is a fertiliser spreader, fertiliser and or lime. So I've got one of each out to see if they spread both the same width, doing... I mean, generally speaking, they have done on FS25, but it'll always be the one I don't check, will be the one that doesn't spread out to the same width. So this you'll find under Fertiliser Technology, just there, and just there. 18,750, 3,200 litre tank. So we've got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, back again. Onto the BKT, we've got a standard and a wide. Trelleborg, standard and a standard 2. Then we've got ladder, yes or no. We've got sieves, yes or no, for breaking up clods of fertiliser or lime that might be going in there. Warning triangle on the back, yes or no, if you want it on there. Work lights, yes or no. Cover, yes or no. Then we move on to main colour, which does the chassis underneath. Let's go for that, just so you can see. If you've gone on tank colour, it starts off on the metallic, but it's up to you. You can pick and choose again if you want to change the the colour of that. And if you've gone for the cover as an option, you can change the colour of your cover as well. Rim colour, and then license plate option on there too. So let's jump in here, start this up. So cover open, like that. Now it does say lower the chain conveyor drive. So this runs on this bit here on the side. Looks like a little basket. If I lower that down, that puts that onto the wheel like that. So as you drive forward, that's what operates the spinning discs and gets your stuff going. So we can change our work width if we want to. Yeah, 24 down. And we can go down in increments from there. Yeah, 24 down to 8. Okay, apologies if I said that wrong at the start. Lower the slide gates. Hang on, what's that done then? Raise the slide gate. That should be inside, shouldn't it? Yeah, that's inside, so why did that adjust that? That shouldn't have adjusted. Lower the conveyor. There we go. Shouldn't need to turn it on. We should actually drive now. It should just spring. Oh, right, no we do. There we go. Okay. Little bit of a process. Reminds me of the, was it Bruns? There we go. So I want to do disconnect from that. Let's go and grab the line one. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be spread into the same width, but it certainly doesn't hurt to double check, does it? So let's do the same with this. Let's now lower slide gate, raise the slide gate, chain drive. Let's drop that down. Open the cover. It's done like that. I suppose that already done. Yep. I'm getting myself flustered. Right, let's turn it on. Yep, same spread width, 24 metres, which obviously then you can come down from there. But whether you're liming or fertilising, it will spread to the same width. So there we go. I'm going to say Pomot. That's the Pomot UPR 4 by JMZ. Next, we're going to get onto this one in just a moment. But if we go to our harvesters, just there, to our headers, so these are standard grain headers, we have got today the John Deere RD35FUS by Jolly Farms Modding, 13.27 megabytes download, 10 slots and 10.7 meters. So John Deere header, 10.7 meters. Got design US or default, and then we've got end dividers or default. Just takes those off, and that's it. 10.7 meters. Harvest header. If we come back out of there, if we click on combinations, it will show the harvester, harvesters, whatever it might be, that it's compatible with, and that header trailer is what it would be compatible with as well. I haven't got it out. I mean, it's a harvester header. It does your regular crops that it shows down there. Yeah, that's the John Deere RD35F US by Jolly Farms Modding. Now, also in this section, the one that was out in front of us, we've got a pack of quite a few here. This is the MacDon FD2 pack and Demco trailer pack by Hispano. This is 137.37 megabytes download, 12s and 13 for the headers, and then for the header trailers, 5 slots for all of them. So the header trailers are the Demcos, the headers are the MacDons, and if I put it on the thumbnail, which I think I probably will do, the standard MacDon header, we've got, well, that one there, the FD250 Flex Draper MacDon header at 15.2 meters. Was that the only one? Oh, that one there. The 140 there at 12.5. So they're your standard. If you've got the MacDon pack as part of the base game, that's the base game header. That's the MacDon pack header. But this pack is the MacDon FD2 pack and Demco trailers. Now this starts at 13 meters. So whilst that one goes up to 15.2, that one's at a 12.5. So this starts at a 12. We've then got a 14.5, a 16, 17.4 and a 19.2 meter header, which is what I got out. Now the options on all of these are exactly the same for these headers in this pack, this MacDon pack, but 19.2. That's crazy. So we do have the option. Curiously, this pack comes with Demco header trailers, but if you don't like using installed transport wheels and you'd rather use a header trailer, you can, because obviously there's the pack. But we can have transport wheels on, so you can have it like that, which fold away when you get to the field. So you don't have to have a header trailer if you don't want to. We've got brand, so we've got MacDon, Case, New Holland Gold Edition, back to MacDon. Now I'm going to leave it on MacDon for a moment because we've got EU or US on our design, which had some little light bits on there. Work lights, yes and no. And I was trying to work out where the lights appeared. It says work lights. They're going to be on there somewhere. And then main colour. So you've got MacDon red, New Holland yellow, gold edition. So you can fiddle around with those. And then obviously there's the case colours, which are it's Case IH red as well. So we can change those. So if you want to mix and match it to whatever harvester you want to. So it kind of matches up with a couple of the base game harvesters. Not all of them, obviously. We've got our Case, we've got our New Holland and the gold edition, but obviously there's Class harvesters and other bits and bobs in here as well. That middle section for design colour, let's come back to that. I can change the colour of that when I'm on MacDon. If I go up to here and we go Case, New Holland. Now, New Holland stays red and gold edition stays like that unless I change the main colour. If I go for the New Holland, it'll do the whole thing. Gold edition, it'll do the whole thing. So, yeah, you can mix and match that on certain options. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't put it onto a harvester because it's harvester header. It does what a harvester header does. But if we go to the header trailers, we've then got our Demco. So there's our base game one. Then we've got our HD, HT 40, 45, 50, 55 and 61. Now bear in mind the base game ones are 52. So again with these, if you're not sure what it will fit up with, press R3 or whatever you've got on your controller, and that will tell you the combination, so what header it's designed to go with regards to length. Options and these are exactly the same as well. We can change the main colour and we can change the license plate to mix and match with whatever harvester you may have gone with. I mean, to be fair, you can even, you can go for a class option if you've decided you're going to go class colour. You might want to leave it the actual header itself on MacDon, but go with class colours and run it on the class harvester. That's entirely up to you. So that's what's out here. This has got the built-in header trailer. I didn't put a header trailer out, but 19.2 metres. Oh, it's a beast. Actually, it's a good point. Let's go to grain headers. Where's our... Yeah, the HT50F is only a 15.2, isn't it? Yeah, I was saying that's much bigger than the... That's crazy, 19.2. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. That's the MacDon FD2 pack and Demco trailer pack by Hispano. Next, we have got these here. Actually, what I'm going to do was up here first. This is the Excavator Attachments by Kenny456. 33.1 megabytes download. 1s, 2s and 3s on the slot count. Now, this does say in the description, where are we? It says, all tools are compatible with my mod case CX350, and it puts a link in the description. We don't have that on console yet. It says fixed versions are also compatible with in-game Volvo excavators and some others. What that means is in this pack there are fixed and there are danglers. And the danglers dangle. The fixed ones are fixed in position onto the excavator header. So I think what it's saying there is the fixed and dangle versions will work on the case mod that Kenny456 has made. But the base game stuff at the moment, and I've got a dangling one here, and you'll see if I jump into the excavator, I've got no option to attach to it at all. So at the moment, the dangling ones in this pack aren't going to help us on console. I mean, that's assuming, of course, it's given an actual link, so I'm assuming it's out for PC. So the dangle ones aren't relevant at the moment on console. I'm assuming, and that is a big assumption, that this pack will come out from Kenny456. But anyway, let's go over and have a look at the stuff, because there's a couple of things on here. There's 18 implements in this pack. I'll say a couple of things. It's actually a couple of cool things. Again, things I haven't come across before, and things that could come in quite handy indeed. So, I've got a couple of little bits here. Not all of it, but some of it. And again, I haven't got everything out, because obviously, I'm glad I didn't, because the dangling stuff isn't going to work. So, log grapple dangle. Log grapple fixed. We've got log grapple dangle fixed, big log grapple dangle and fixed. So it's the fixed ones you're going to want. If we click on that, you'll see again, this has got a kind of hook grab on the top of that for a dangling bit. That one is your solid bit, which will attach to the base game Volvo excavators. We've got the button top, which I've grabbed. That's a log grab, like clam bunk, with 2 extra bits. Although I'm finding the log physics, the log wants to wander. I have found. Options for these, most of it's main colours, a couple of other bits here. Fella buncher option as well. We've got 2 wood harvesters, dangle and fixed again. That'll go up to an 80cm tree girth. The wood shear, those things are absolute beasts. I think we showed this off on the FS22, on FS22, yeah. That will crack through a tree. But yeah, very cool. And then we've got our clamshells. Again, dangle fix, and these are just different capacities. These are 3000s, these are 4500s. And then we've got universal bucket there, 2500, universal bucket there for 4000 litres, and then this. This tools adapter, I think out of all 18 implements, for me, my opinion, is the most important thing out of this entire pack, because it does say, if we go all the way down to this, it says tools adapter can attach to all front loader, telehandler, wheel loader, skid steer tools. And you don't need separate attachments for that. You just have that and it will attach. Now I have attached it to, that's a skid steer loader tool, that's a telehandler tool, and it will attach to any of them. So I mean that's one of those big all but bale grabs. That if you're doing logging, rather than having loads of separate bits of equipment, having skid steer loaders and telehandlers and bits and bobs, why not get your stump grinder and attach it onto this? It does the job. So that's the adapter. Like I say, I'm not going to get them all out. You understand what a bucket does. A clamshell is a bucket that just opens and closes like a clamshell. Harvester headers we've seen on various different tree harvesters. So it was the bits that kind of stood out a little bit more that I wanted to show. So if we hook up to that, raise that up and down. L1, R1, right stick up and down. We've got tilt, we've got rotation, which is pretty cool on that, I have to say. Lots of movement. If I switch back to the actual vehicle itself, we've then got, hang on. Yeah, we've got all the regular movement of the actual excavator itself, but the head itself has got a fair bit of movement. So if we zonk along to that, let's tilt that back a little bit, I think. Look that up. So if you wanted to, I mean, you don't have to, let's say. If you wanted to use this for doing some bale work, you could, and all the operations still do what they should be doing. I just think that's pretty cool. Let's disconnect that. Let's swing that around. Again with this, let's raise that, lower that, switch back to that. So yeah, when you're doing whatever you're doing, you can still do all the stuff you would normally do. I think it's brilliant. Like I say, out of that entire pack of 18 tools, that adapter's probably, yeah, the most important, the most useful, maybe. And then we've got this. This is an interesting looking thing. I did wonder whether it had tension straps. It doesn't. But these come down to grab the log as well. Again, you don't have to use it. It stood out because it was something different. So once attached, we have got a rotation there. We have got, I mean, that's just the normal head, so that's the normal head stuff. So bring that down, bring it across, rotate it to where we want it. Drop it down a bit further to the ground. Close that up, grabs our log. You might notice the log starts wandering a little bit. Yeah, look. L1, R1, then left stick side to side, brings those down, which is supposed to kind of hold it in place like that. There you go. Fix it in place for movement and operation, keeps it level, stops it twisting. Again, I just thought it was interesting. The fact this will, I mean, these raise up to all sorts of heights and distances, and you can do whatever you want. Very cool indeed. So let's do that. Let's raise those up out of the way, then we open that up like that and drop that bedaling. So there you go. Representative of the Excavator Attachments by Kenny 456. Next. we've got this. This is the Husqvarna M254 by Agro Tonho, 11.63 megabytes download. Now, we've got 4 slots, 7 slots and 3 slots. The 4 and the 3 slots come together to make 7 slots, which will make sense in a moment. Then we've also got the forage pickup. If you want to use the forage pickup, you can. That's 2 slots under forage harvesters. Now, this I bought as a pack. That's 7 slots, which has the mower deck already attached. But you can buy them separately. Although, at the moment, I don't think there's nothing else separate. There's nothing else in a pack, unless you just want to use it as a forage wagon. Of course, yeah, you wouldn't necessarily need the mower deck. That's why. I was thinking, I don't understand why it would be separate, but that's why, because you can just use the forage wagon. If we come to our mowers, and there, so there's your Husqvarna on its own. So that's just the Husqvarna platform, I suppose. So that one's 4299, and that's 4 slots. That's 7 slots. That's the whole thing with the deck, and then the deck is just there, which is 3 slots. So obviously combining that with that gives you your 7 slots, which is that. And options on these, main colour on that one. The options on this are the same as the other one, so I'll show you on that. So here we are. We've got Michelin, BKT, Nokian, Vrejstein, Trelleborg, Lizard, back again. No options within those as they come. Seat model 1 or 2, if you want to go a little bit more fancy. We've got armrests, on or off. We've got rollover protection and canopy. This is an interesting one. So you've got the ROPS system. That can fold down out the way if you want it to. But if where you live in it might get a bit rainy or it might be a bit sunny, you can go with the canopy on there as well. That sits really high, doesn't it? But you can have it if you want. I don't know how much protection it'll give you, but it's there. Or back to standard again. I went for that. Attaches, standard, rear hitch. So if you want to use it for, pulling other stuff around or whatever you want to do, you can. Main colour, anything on this palette does that, which obviously does all of it in this. If you'd done them separately, you'd have to do them separately. Rim colour option as well. License plate option on there too. So we come out from there and then we go to our forage wagons, which is just here. And we've got this, the Husqvarna triple collector. 1.4 metres wide. Now this has got different capacities. 1,500 litres, 3,000 litres, 4,500 or 6,000 litres. That proper compacts it right down to have 6,000 litres in there. Yes. So I suppose, yeah, you could just use it as a forage wagon. You don't necessarily need to have the mower deck, I suppose. You could just pick up with that. Those are the options. Those are the bits of kit. Right, so this is this is me testing right here. I have detached the clear cut. Like I say, it did come with it. That's it attached. Now, our ROPS system, we have got the option for... Oh, that does our armrests. L1 and right stick up and down does our armrests, like that. R1 and right stick up and down, there you go. Does that. We can do it in different positions, but it has kind of a fixed position there and one there. But you can do it anywhere in between if you want to. That's just where it should be put into position. And L1, R1 and right stick come down. What did that do? Did something. Can't remember what that changed. Okay, but we've got the option on this then. So toggle work mode, right swath, which puts out to the side. So what should happen now? Let's do that, drop that down. Shall we mow? God, this thing shifts. Oof. So that's putting it all out to our right hand side. That's our right swath. Let's raise it up. We want to go toggle work mode, widespreading. So as we go, that should leave it all behind. So what I'll do. So I lower the deck down. That will help, wouldn't it? So rather than right swath, that just drops it everywhere. There you go, like that. Let's raise that up. And then we go mulcher. So this should cut the grass but not leave any behind, so this will just mulch. So if you don't want any grass, you just want to cut lawns but don't want to pick it all up, you can do that on mulcher. Then let's, oh, I haven't got to lift it. Then we can switch to with hitch. Now with hitch, as far as I'm aware, with hitch leaves it down exactly how it is, but I think that is the option you want, I think, if you want to hook up your forage wagon. which we're going to do now. Forage wagon. See the pipe there? So if I switch from that, if we go back, there you go, that's our side, that's wide spreading, that's mulch. If I click on it, work mode again, with hitch, puts that pipe on the side, and that pipe is designed to hook up to that. There you go, like that. But we need to turn this on. The forage wagon needs to be picked up, and it does need to be lowered as well. So turn it on, lower the pickup on the loading wagon, lower our mower, and what it will do, whoa, this is low place. It will pick up stuff we've already cut if you've left it on the ground, which is fine because that's what a forage wagon does. But also anything new we're mowing, it is picking up. At quite a pace. I'm amazed how fast this thing goes. First person, whoa, this is rapid. She be bumpy, but she's doing the job. There you go. Right, let's turn that off, raise that. Turn that off. And raise that. And unloading, unload here. Just pours it all out the back. Well, that's a lot. That's crazy. Where was all that stored? Good grief. Anyway, there you go. So those are your different options. That's what you can do with it. But I say, if you haven't got the mower deck on there, there's nothing to stop you running it just as a forage wagon. I guess that would work. Because I think the actual forage wagon itself is a sort of a separate entity, kind of. There you go. So that's the Husqvarna M254 by Agro Tonho, which brings on to the words, the last of the mods for today. We do have a map out today, which I'm going to get onto as soon as possible. Prairie Farm, Michigan by Taylor Farms is out. What time is it now? Potentially. Oh, yeah, we'll see. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. My twin daughters. They're 20. Oh, I'm going to get it wrong. 25? I think it's 25. So yeah, it's a weird week this week. Got all sorts of stuff going on. But anyway, you don't need to worry about that. I'm just working out how I'm going to get everything done. I've got a whole plan of activities for tomorrow. So this is the Claas Xerion 4200 5000 by Hans. 54.7 megabytes download and 25 slots. It's got an interesting green option on this. I did try metallics. It didn't like it. But this has it's a Claas Forest screen, I think it is. Something like that it's called. But yeah, nice looking bit of kit. This you'll find under large tractors. Just there. 495,610 for the base version, which is 420 horsepower. Now this has a curiosity to it. So that is 420 horsepower. We've got the N Play version. And then we've got, which stays at 420 horsepower. Then we move to the Xerion 4500, 4500, which is 530 horsepower. Fine. That's 32,247 for that extra horsepower. If we go up to the 5,000, that puts on an extra, that goes up to 64,495, but the horsepower doesn't change. It's saying the 4500 is 530 horsepower, and it's saying that the 5,000 is 530 horsepower. So why am I going to pay 64,495 for the same horsepower? I suppose the only reason being, if we go up another one, the Xerion 5000, then you've got the anniversary, which adds a little bit more on again. So if you want the fancy colour scheme, that's an extra, it's over 30 grand, or about 30 grand. So yeah, a bit curious about the horsepowers, but it is what it is. So as far as wheel brands go, we got our Claas Tracks, which had 30 grand on. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian and back. We have some various different options within these. I think with the Trelleborgs, we've got the air system, wide tyre. Was it wide with air as well? Yep. Then we move on to slightly wider again, twins, back to standard. Now, there are variations of that depending on what tyre option you go for. Some have got the air on the first one, then they go like that straight to twins. Doesn't have wides, doesn't have an extra one. But they all do have a twin option. So you'll go through and you'll find something. There you go. Again, a wide, then onto the twins that you'll like. We've got EU or US version, like so. Additional weight on the back, 200, 600, 1,000, 1,400, 1,800, 2,200, 26, 3,000, 3,400. Additional weight if you want it. This is not a cab turn 1. I don't think it is. I need to double check that actually. I don't think it is. Then back to standard. Design line, yes or no, which adds the lighter grille and stuff on there as well. Attacher types, this is on the front. We've got standard, then we've got front weight, so 1,800, 1,825, 2,200, 2,600, 3,000, 3.4. 3-point doesn't have a PTO. It will probably still run stuff, but it doesn't have a PTO on there, if you're going to be precise. Main colour on this, you can go through and pick what you like for your main colour. Then roof colour. Now again, this was a tricky one. I'm going to come back out of there. Let's go to our main colour, because the next one along looks black, but it's not. That's old Claas Fir Green. So that's a dark, almost metallic. But if we go to roof colour and do that, there's not a matching fir green. So you can't actually... Because I thought that'd be quite cool. Have the roof the same colour, but you can't. I mean, there's all sorts of other options you can go for if you want to, it's up to you. You pick and choose. Rim colour options, again, go for it. Play around with it to your heart's content. That's entirely to you. License plate option on there as well. So let's jump in and start it up. I don't think we have. No, it's not one that has return. I mean, I've got the weights in there as well. I don't think the cab moves in this. But we do have, where are we? Toggle steer mode. So we've got all-wheel steer, crab left, crab right, back to all-wheel steer. Horn, lights, beacons. It's quite narrow, this one, isn't it? Then we have got the option for L1, R1 and right stick side to side. Opens the door. Like so. Interior. Mind that, dear. Very nice indeed. Don't think we've got any option for the stalks to be folded away, have we? Don't think so. Indicators out on the stalks if you've got the US version like that. And there you have it. Actually, what I'm going to do before we go, let's go to there, down to that, and go to our vehicles. Let's go to our Claas Xerion. What's it saying for horsepower there? Yes, it's 530. I did wonder whether it was a typo in the sort of the build sheet, build menu, but it would say a higher horsepower here, but it didn't hurt to check. So there we go. That's the Claas Xerion 4200 5000 by hands, and that's it for the mods for Tuesday, the 4th of March. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape, or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.